Everyone, welcome back to What a Story. Today's guest is Eric Payne, a friend of mine from out east, who's helped me get through some hard times. All right, Eric, welcome to the podcast.
Why,
So,
thank you.
no problem. For those who don't know you, tell us about yourself.
Well, originally from Prince Edward Island, uh, as a non-high school graduate, I joined the military when I was 19. I got married or took a hostage, depending on how you frame that up. And because we like hostages,
Yes.
um, basically joined the Navy, went to the West Coast, spent some time out there, got to Alberta for a few years, went back out to the West Coast, came east, um, did the Afghanistan thing with the Navy, and then I went down to Greenwood, Nova Scotia, and that's where things kind of changed. But since then, I did 10 years in the public service. I started doing comedy. Been fortunate enough to do a tour all the way across Canada, up north and back again. Um, Even stopped off at the Terry Fox Shrine, I'll call it, on the way. We can get into that a little later too. But I've been with in the media field uh, since 2020. And I'm out pounding the pavement, as it were, looking for new opportunities because, well, media is shifting and changing more so than I can even describe. I thought comedy was bad, but trying to get a ride and keep one, it's a bit of a challenge.
Now, forgive my ignorance, but isn't Afghanistan landlocked?
It is. Uh, I was on HMCS Halifax, and
Oh, okay.
we were the first ship, Canadian ship, that was over in the Gulf after 9/11. In fact,
Oh,
I was home watching 9/11 on vacation. My wife says, "Come on up here. There's been a plane crash." I said, "I have to take a flight back to France to meet up with the ship. I really don't want to see a plane crash." She goes, "No, you better get up here." And as soon as I turned the corner to get in front of the TV, that's when the second plane hit the building. I won't tell you exactly what I said. Um, Three or four colloquialisms, I'll say. And she goes, "What?" I said, "I'm going somewhere. I don't know where. I guess I'm going to sit in front of the TV all day now and figure out where." So anyway, we get deployed. We get over there mid-October, late October of 2001. Um, but what we were there doing, Al Qaeda was using mini tankers and selling oil to generate funds. So, plus we were looking at doing ships boardings on different ships to see if there was any bad actors, stuff like that. We were off Karachi after the Taliban fell, because there's nothing better than being off Karachi during Christmas. Christmas off Karachi. And so anyway, because they figured some of the bad actors were going to catch boats, take them back to Yemen, and then get back to their home base in Mogadishu. So once again, we were doing more boardings. And what we got to see was really abject poverty. There's a level of poverty here in Canada. It doesn't even come close. When they say they have nothing, they have nothing. As I said, it was kind of an eye opener, and I even have had people since I returned in 2002. God, I'm old. Uh, that people will say, "Oh no, that can't be right." Yeah, it is. No, 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 it can't be. So they argue with me, and I stopped talking.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, um, so that's basically what we had to do. We were into Bahrain a couple of times to get supplies and blah blah, and we went into Muscat um, right before we left. We left the area on the 25th of January, but we went in to the Gulf area behind the USS. Um, oh, this is bad. It was the aircraft carrier that they brought the American that was fighting for the Taliban out to debrief him. I don't think they were taking off his underwear. Mix something.
Okay.
Um, but we were going by Yemen. They had F-14 scraping across the sky. It was evening. And all of a sudden, you'd see this tracer anti-aircraft fire going up. Not even close. But we're sitting on the blunt end of the ship, the quarterdeck, and we're kind of looking at each other. Should we tell somebody that we see this? Like, it was so foreign to us, really, about what was going on. Like, what are we doing? How is this all supposed to roll out, really? Um, but as I said, we got down there and we got back. We got back, I think it was the 11th of February. What a temperature change.
I can imagine. I could
Yeah, yeah.
imagine. Well,
40,
Afghanistan,
40
Afghanistan gets
plus.
cold at night, doesn't it?
Yeah, I will say the sky, unreal. How clear it is, like to see the stars and the moon and all the rest of that. That's beautiful. Some of the rest of it, not a
Not so
fan,
much.
really.
A lot of
Won't be
desert. A lot of desert.
won't be vacationing there anytime soon.
Nah.
No,
All right. So was your story, right?
it could be.
That we'll do with that. It
Sure.
was awesome. It was great. So you also do a podcast, or you did a podcast.
Yes. Uh, I when I was in media school, it was one of our requirements, and one of the big things for me is men's mental health. Um, Not at the exclusion of anybody else, but right now with the numbers that are going on with male suicide and just generalized, um, once again, the numbers with males, and I have a lot of military friends, and I don't have ex-military friends, but I have guys who haven't made it. Their demons got to them, um, and some have been in treatment or under care. I don't want to say in treatment because but there's that too. I've got a drinking story myself. I've got a mental health story myself. So I have a podcast, and because I'm kind of quick on my foot, uh, not alone with pain. Um, it doesn't give you any answers, I will say that, but it will give you the sense that you're not alone. And
So Eric, if anybody wants to stalk you, what's your socials?
uh, I'm on Facebook with Eric Payne, EricPayne. My as soon as I can bring it up here, Instagram is Eric Payne, all one word, including life. Eric Payne Life, all one word, on Insta.
Yeah.
Those are the two places you can find me. I'm kind of hard to miss. I'm not a small boy. Uh,
All right. Well, Eric, thank you for sharing your story. And I
Not
know
a
you
problem.
have a lot more, so I'll bring you back to tell those. All right. Talk to
Media.
you. Yeah. Talk to you later.
See you, man.